Hello, everyone. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Ali. Ali is from Leeds in England, in the UK. So let's see what Ali has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, how are you, Ali?
I'm good. Are we rolling? Are we in?
Yes, absolutely. So, how are you today?
I'm good. I was just hoping I get the little dance that you do at the beginning. Do you add that first?
Yes, we're gonna get
That's it.
there very soon. We're gonna get there very soon. So, tell me where you're from.
I'm from Leeds in England, up north. I think you might have interviewed some people already from
I had,
around
yeah.
the area. Um, and I moved to London and with my wife, and we've lived there since 2012. And we decided to travel the world and work from all the hot countries, hence my tropical shirts. So we're now living, we're skipping the UK winters, and we're living in Thailand, we've lived in Cape Town, and we're now in Costa Rica.
Wow. And when the idea came along for you to start this journey?
Well, I mean, it's that's a big question, but yeah, I mean, sure. Well, I was working lots of different jobs. I was a bar person. I have a band. I'm a musician,
Okay.
and I always knew I was good at helping people, encouraging people, motivating people. Like I've got that thing that you've got. We've both got the same thing where we just look excited and and tuned into life, and we want to help and share. And I think eventually that kind of came out to me. I wanted to channel it into something. And so around 30 years old, I decided I wanted to create a business and I started teaching meditation.
Hmm.
And I started teaching for free, pay as you wish, and just to kind of, put the rounds in, get the reps. And it turned into coaching. It somehow morphed into coaching. And that kind of overtook the meditation. I was kind of getting bored of teaching the same session over and over again. And it just went from there, really. I ended up creating a course, a mini course, and then a big transformation course, which people are doing now. And it's really a full circle moment for me because at school I couldn't read or write very well. I was very dyslexic. I did terrible at school. And yeah, now teaching people to better themselves and, channel that into whatever they want is just, it's just wonderful. I'm just really grateful.
Amazing. And through your journey, do you, when you stay in different countries, do you plan to stay for a while, or you have like a schedule that you plan to stay for a certain time, and after you move to another country?
Yeah, so we're just kind of basically spending less and less time in England.
Mhm.
It was the spring and the summer, and now we're thinking just the summer. Um, so we go for 3 months before Christmas, come fly back, see family and friends, and then as soon as Christmas is finished, we'll plan the next adventure and go for another 3, 4, 5 months and usually stay in one place and really get to know the land and the people and the culture and yeah, but we've Thailand and Costa Rica by far my favorites so far.
Amazing. My goodness, what experience. My God, that's amazing. I
Yeah.
think that's, those opportunities come in our life, and you just need to embrace it and take it because, you just need to do it and go for it and make memories, make, as you said, helping people as well. I think that's the whole journey.
Yeah, 100%. And
Amazing.
life, I don't like to say life is too short. People throw that around, and I really watch my words these days. Life is short. And it's like, hang on, life doesn't have to be short. And maybe if we say these things, we're throwing it out there. So I like to say, live now, seize the day. And yeah, we don't have kids right now, so it is a lot easier to do that. But having said that, I see people traveling with kids and making it happen, and the kids look happy. So, you know, yeah,
Absolutely. Okay, so through the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and also about your point of views as well, okay?
sure.
Ali, before we start our journey within the magic box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself.
Something interesting about myself. Okay, so I am one part mindset transformation coach, and I already kind of said it, but the other part is I'm a musician, I'm a singer, and I have three musical projects: an acoustic singer-songwriter, a punk rock kind of. I'm a frontman in that band, and then I have like uh, a pop alt kind of band. So I like to kind of juggle those two things, which are very different worlds, but it makes me ultimately feel balanced and happy.
Amazing. Very good. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Sure. Yeah.
Amazing. Welcome to William in the Magic Box.
All right.
So this is my best friend. Okay, full of fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Sure.
Let's do it. Hey Ali, before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay? Right, first question for you is, what does money mean to you?
I always had negative programming about money. I always thought it was bad and it was for other people and all of that sort of stuff. And I've come to realize as I've got older that money is really, really helpful. And if you're a good person and you allow money to come into your life, then you can channel that into something good. So it's taken me a while to reprogram that, but money to me equals freedom. And if you're a good soul and you're a good spirit, good heart, then you can help others by channeling that money and putting it to good use. So, yeah.
Do you think money can bring happiness?
Absolutely. 100%. I think only people that don't have money will say that it doesn't. And I've been on both sides of the coin. I've been completely broke for a long, long time, pointing the finger at people with money. And then when I started making money, and I mean, I don't spend money on clothes or I don't buy TVs and stuff like that. I spend it on travel and recording music and, promoting my business and, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Next question for you is, what was your worst foot-in-mouth moment?
I've got two answers. I'll make them brief. One was, I back in the day before I cleaned myself up, I was very messy, drinking and drugs and all of that stuff. And it wasn't really a bad thing, but it was very embarrassing because I was so unconscious. I was drunk and I was stoned and I was high, and I played a gig and I played the same song twice in a row, but I didn't realize. But just to make it even worse, the chorus for the song was, "It's so nice, I want to hear the same song twice." And I was singing, "It's so nice, I want to hear the same song twice." And I played that song twice. And it was just a moment where I woke up and realized that I was completely, all over the place and I needed to sort, myself out. So, my biggest foot in mouth moment was realizing that I wasn't living my true potential. So maybe not one thing, but I realized I wanted more for myself and I wanted to go all in on myself. So I guess that would be it, if that makes sense.
And when was the moment that you realized that, you're not in a good place at the time?
Well, it depends how depressing you want me to get.
What was the turn point that you got, okay, did something happen that you go, okay, I need to change my life from now on?
Sure. And again, like, I'm smiling now and I have to remember talking about this stuff. It's difficult for some people who are struggling, but for me, I'm so different to the person I was because of what I do now, the meditation and the self-care and all of that, that when I think about that person, it's I laugh because it's so far removed, and it's incomprehensible that I used to be that guy. So the moment for me was when my wife turned around and she said, if you don't sort this out, I'm going. And I didn't even, it was like that. That's all, because she's so wonderful. She's so awesome. We're best friends. We've been together for 19 years.
Wow.
And this was a few years in. And she just said, you know, you've got to sort it out. And straight away, I decided to stop drinking. I just started to look after myself. And it took about 10 years to really get to a place of balance and happiness. But that was my moment of, I'm not going to mess this up.
Saying that, what's the biggest difference between you and your wife, and the biggest similarity?
Oh, you're really good at this. You're really good at this. Um, what's the best thing about it? Was the first part?
The best
Um,
similarity, the biggest similarity between both, and the biggest difference.
okay, the biggest similarity is that we're just on the same page. You know, we in so many, you know, we're both we know that the world that gets shown to us isn't the world that is. We love the same stuff, the same kind of comedy, you know, not everything, but mostly we're a perfect match, and that's so beautiful. Um, the biggest difference is oh, let me think. The biggest difference is that I'm a morning person and she sleeps. So I get to have the morning to myself, and I wake up really, really early, and I do all my morning routine and do whatever I want before she even wakes up. So I'm grateful for the differences.
Amazing. Next question, Ali. Let's do it.
Love
Before
it.
the next one, tell me how music came into your life.
Our music,
Came into your life.
uh, one song, one band. It was Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. I remember being maybe 6 years old and hearing Bohemian Rhapsody and just being like, what is that? And I, you know, it was, I heard the bass and the drums and the vocals and the backing vocals, and then the whole, it was all just encompassing. And I remember I just needed to kind of pull the thread and like, what is that? And that led me to Nirvana and Guns N' Roses and rock and acoustic and everything. It was Freddie Mercury. He just popped that bubble. It was great.
Did you have the support of your family regarding your music and your career?
Yeah, my family have been great with everything. Uh we're all very different. Well, I'm almost, you know, the odd one in the family, but they've they've maybe not always understood me and understood what I'm doing or where I'm going, but I came luckily from a really loving family, and I'm really grateful for that, because it's not, you know, not everyone has that experience, and I think it absolutely helps, you know, having that support.
Amazing. Next question for you is, what do you like the most about your best friends?
Well, this is going to be really cheesy. um, I like my best friend's my wife, you know, so I love that my best friend is my wife. I don't feel the need to. I mean, I have a few really great friends, but you know, we can talk about anything and share anything, and I love the ease of that. I'm blessed.
And I can see her smiling right now watching this interview.
Yeah.
Next question. Right. Next question for you is, tell us about your first kiss and your first love.
Oh, wow. I think my first kiss was my girlfriend at the time saying, "Are you ever gonna kiss me?" Because I was very much the kind of guy that was in the friend zone. You know, I wasn't good at trying to get girls. I wasn't that guy. I was always just really nice. So girls like that, they felt safe around me and comfortable. But then if they wanted any more, I was a bit like, I don't know what to do. So my first kiss was just I hated all of that. Like, you know, growing up and it was so intense, wasn't it? I don't know about you, but it was just too much. Like, I don't miss any of that. What was there another part of the question?
Your first love.
Oh, my first love. My first love wasn't my girlfriend, but we were best friends. She had a shave, she had an undercut, you know,
Yeah,
and she was piercings and a Nirvana t-shirt, and she was really punk rock, and I was a bit geeky. And when we first met, I was just like, wow, what is that? Like, you know, I love people that are against the norm. And she was considered a freak, you know, and I thought that was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
amazing. It's so good to feel freak, to be silly, to be weird. I think it's
Yeah,
the best feeling ever. I think it's great when
100%.
you feel this way. Yeah,
Yeah,
feels great.
100%.
How was growing up in Leeds, in England? Tell me about your experience.
Well, I'm 40 now, so I was born in 83. So technically I'm a 90s kid because you know I was too young in the 80s and it was boring. You know, I was blessed because we lived in the countryside, but for most people my age, there was nothing to do. Nothing to do. You just walk around looking for your friends, knocking on doors. Oh, they've gone out. Oh, okay. And you know, it was boring. And people reminisce about the good old days, but when I think about it, I remember a lot of nothing and a lot of you know, so it was it was bleak, it was up north, it was, you know, the summers were good, the winters were crap. But it was what it was, and I appreciate it, you know.
Amazing. Ready for another question?
Mm.
Let's do it. Next question. Before the next question, I was checking your profile, Instagram and on TikTok, and there is a phrase there. It says, "I help you quit the matrix and create a life of freedom." Yeah, tell me about that.
Well, for a long time, I was trying to figure out what it is that I do, and I was helping people. Uh, you know, I'd have one client who knew that she was with the wrong partner, but she was too afraid to even think about how to start that conversation. You know, now she lives in England and she lived in Canada at the time, and she just, you know, left because he was a bad guy. Some people have used my techniques to get promotions in the corporate world, and you know, just keep climbing that ladder. Other people have figured out who they truly are. Recently, a woman who was really didn't know who she was and had no belief and all of that. She texted me the other day and said, my book is being published in W.H. Smith's. And it was confusing for me because I couldn't quite figure out how to package it, you know, how to really get the message across. So escape the matrix really sums it up, that we are subscribing to a world that we can unsubscribe from if it's not the world that we want to be living. And for me, I was working in dead end jobs and I wasn't where I was. And then I realized I wanted to travel the world and be free. So I unsubscribed and I decided just to go for it. And escaping the matrix and living your life of freedom is whatever that means to you. I'm the guy that helps you shine the light, you know, you know, like squeegee the third eye clean so you know who you are and believe in yourself. And then I'm like the boxing coach in the ear going, you can do this. All right, what we're going to do? Let's go. You got to, you know, and that's what it is. Basically, I'm basically a cheerleader, an encourager, and help people figure out who they are and what they want to do.
Amazing. Okay. Next question is, if you could meet yourself when you were 15 years old again, which advice would you give to yourself at the time?
It's a tricky question, that one, because we naturally want to say, hey, just keep going, it's all gonna be all right. And all of that stuff. But in reality, we would never listen to anyone at that age. Well, I certainly wouldn't. So, and also we need to go through everything that we go through to get to where we are. And I suffered immensely, like a lot of your audience might be suffering still. And a lot of your guests as well, clearly have had many journeys. And I think the deal is we're meant to go through whatever we're meant to go through. And then if we're lucky and conscious enough, we can turn that into a gift and share it in some way. And we all share it in different ways. And so I don't think I would say anything. I think I would hang out with that 15-year-old self. I would get involved with whatever he was doing, and I'd just be there for him and maybe listen to him and say, maybe I'd flip it around and say, talk to me. And because I don't think I'd listen to anyone at that age. I was doing my own thing.
I think this, I heard once that, if you want to feel better about your life or learn something new, sit down with a child for a few minutes, somewhere, and have a moment with them, or with an 80 years old elderly person. And trust me, you're going to learn a lot through this conversation.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Cool. That's really cool.
3 questions left. Let's do it. Hey, Ali from Leeds in England. Next question is, what is the biggest risk have you ever taken?
The biggest risk was unsubscribing from the Matrix. What I was saying before, unsubscribing from the dead-end job, the life that I didn't want. It's so much harder to live a life that you don't want than be fearful of the unknown. So the biggest risk I ever took was just betting on myself and just going for it, not knowing where I was even going, and just leaning in, pulling the thread. Talking about Queen, I heard that music. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know where it was going to take me, but I pulled the thread. I really believe that we should bet on ourselves, trust ourselves, and go all in on ourselves and channel that into whatever we're meant to be doing. And if we do, we'll surprise ourselves and it will be better than we can ever imagine.
A dear friend of mine told me once that not knowing, it's a powerful place to be. Do you agree with that?
The unknown is the best. I love that. You've got a good friend.
Very good. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, next question is, what is something you always want to do, but you're scared of?
Oh, I got it. I decided a few years ago to map out my life, and whether or not I make it, whether or not I get there is irrelevant to me, but knowing where I'm going at certain parts of my life or my intention gave me a massive amount of relief and took so much pressure off. So I decided to set my business up so I could make some income and help people and foundations. The next thing was to work on my music and feed all that out there. And then my ultimate goal, which is the scariest thing of all, is I'd love to try comedy. I love comedy. It's my biggest hobby. When I tap out, I listen to stand-up, but the thought of doing it is terrifying. So I know that there's something in there. And even if I'm terrible at it, I just want to give it a go and follow that same thing. Whether it leads somewhere or not, it doesn't matter. But the fear's good. When you got the fear, I think you're onto something.
Absolutely. When you feel these butterflies inside, it means you're going the right direction.
Yeah.
I had a few guests on the show, stand-up comedians, a lot. A few of them at different places from New York City, from Atlanta, different parts in the world, from England as well. So there are a few.
Cool.
So far, since you start your travel with your wife, what has been the highlight? Tell me a moment that you go like, wow, I meant to be here because, of any situation that happened to you so far.
I mean, I could tell you about, running on the beach in the morning and seeing horses on the beach, monkeys in the trees, tasting a pineapple that tastes better than, like, I thought I knew what pineapples tasted like until I had a pineapple here. Like, I could tell you so many of those sorts of things, but the honest answer, because I practice living in the now, in the present, is doing this right now with you. I swear, right now, I get to, in the middle of my day, I've done my work, I'll do some more. I get to tune in, speak to a beautiful soul like you, share stuff that will hopefully inspire someone maybe next week or in 5 years' time. That's as good as it gets to me, like I've cracked it. That's, that's a high level. So you've given that to me. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm just had good bumble right now. My goodness,
Ah,
this is
yes.
powerful. Wow, very powerful. And actually, we are literally making memories. You know, Ali, this is gonna be forever. And you have no idea. You know those interviews. You never know who's gonna watch it, where gonna get. And I think that's the beauty of connect with people. I think connect with people. It's a way for you to express who you are. Let people be themselves, and and share energy. I think that's the whole point of talking to people and connect with people as well.
And what you're doing as well with this channel is, like you said, is people can find this in years to come and have profound experiences from interviews you've done, and it's there forever. And you might never even know about the impact that you're making, or I'm making, or all your other guests are making.
Fun, yeah.
And that's gold. That's magic. And sometimes we forget how powerful this is. So, well, congrats to you.
No, great to us, to everyone who
Hey, all right, yeah.
paid to the show, but he's watching the show as well. I think that's when I receive messages from people who, they never be on the show, but they say so beautiful message, just makes my day every day. It's ready for the last one?
Yeah, it's a shame. I could talk to you all day, but yeah, let's go for it.
Last question. Right, but before the last question, no, I can feel how much you enjoy helping people, coaching people, getting people in a better place to follow a different path, to find themselves. There's always a good thing to do, but working with people, coaching people, it's a lot of energy. You put a lot of energy out there, and at the same time as well, you get some energy from people as well. What for you is the most challenging part of working, doing the job that you do? There's something?
I guess I might just have to talk and see what comes out, because I haven't got the answer. But when I started, I worked with a lot of people that were going through a lot of heavy things, suicide, depression. And it was very, very difficult for me because I wasn't necessarily ready for it. And it was a difficult time, because it was difficult for them, and it's sad. So I started to move through that and work through, and I found the people that I wanted to work with, which were people that were ready to reach the next level in life. So for me, I decided I wanted to make a YouTube channel with loads of information talking about how to get out of depression, anxiety, panic attacks, how to better yourself, how to think better, escape the negative thinking, all of that. So I have free information that people can just tune into, and there's loads of playlists, and they can get that, and I don't even have to know. And then the people that want to work together, I have these courses and we work one-on-one. So I have that too. So the biggest challenge now is just to keep showing up and doing the work. And it's not so much of a challenge anymore because I love what I do. But at first it was very challenging. I didn't know what I was creating. So it was a bit like, what am I doing? I don't know what this is. But now I do know what it is, and it's working, and I'm serving people who are in low vibrations, high vibrations, and I just have to remove myself and just show up every day. So waking up and smiling is my challenge, and I tick that off every morning.
What's the name of your YouTube channel so people can connect and watch it?
Sure, it's Mindwave Meditation. And I think in the future, we're going to turn it into Mindwave Transformation. But for now, it's Mindwave Meditation.
And how often do you post video over there? There's like, you create some days that you put it, or how does it work, your schedule?
Yeah, so there's a new YouTube video every week, and
Hmm.
then on Instagram and TikTok, I go live every day and just talk for 20 minutes or so and just connect and just answer questions and share and just be of service.
Amazing. And when you go live on social media, Instagram and TikTok, there is like a certain time, or it depends how your day goes and your schedule as well.
Yeah, there probably should be a certain time, but it's just sometimes when I'm in the right kind of mood. But normally around 6 o'clock GMT UK time
Okay.
is what I aim for. But then traveling around, it changes, you know. But and then I post those lives as well. So yeah, there's
Amazing.
constant content. Yeah.
All right. Last question is, if you could go anywhere right this moment, where would you go and why?
Oh wow. Now, can I go back in time and in future in time, or does it have to be in the present
What
time?
what comes to your mind? The first thing comes to your mind could be anytime.
I don't know why, but the first thing when you said it was, I'd love to just transport back to Woodstock and see all those bands and just experience that, you know, all of that. What um, just because I'm in Costa Rica and I'm 5 minutes from the beach, and this is as amazing as I could imagine. So I don't really want to be anywhere else right now. But yeah, to go back in time and witness Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, all of that would just be like unreal. Yeah.
You know what? I grew up as well in the 80s. I mean, I'm around the same age as you. And I wish, like, if I could have like, the age I have right now, if I could spend a weekend in the 80s just to feel that vibe. Imagine how amazing to get the music. You know, the music was totally different than the music
Yeah.
right now. Do you know what I mean? To
Yeah.
have this moment that, your children, we were in a different world at the time. Imagine how
Would
amazing it would
you
be just
would you go anywhere
transport.
specific in the 80s, a certain place or gig, or
Yeah,
what would you?
London, London.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right.
I'm originally from Brazil, so I've been living in London for the last 18 years. And sometimes I go like, oh my God, imagine the 80s in London. How would it be like if I could presence, like to be here in London? You know, the age I have right now in the 80s, just to have, oh my God, it would be like just a dream come true. Anyway, meant to be this
We
way.
digress.
Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Let's
Okay.
start with family,
Love.
money,
Love.
fear, love. I'm joking.
I wanted to say love because it cancels out the fear. So love the fear because you break through it. So I'm sticking with love.
Okay, and one word for love.
I say again.
One word for love.
Oh, okay. Welcome.
Life,
Death.
sex,
Enjoyable.
politics.
Ugh.
I thought I was about to say love. I was like, oh my God.
That's my word. Ugh.
Religion,
Oof. Does it have to be one word?
no, can be more than one.
What came up was each to their own.
Friendship,
Beautiful.
desire.
Intriguing.
I like that. Regret,
Ah,
success,
bring it on.
wish.
Be here now.
Happiness.
I'm going back to love.
Okay. One word for Leeds.
Heart.
One word for England.
Hmm. Complicated.
One word for singer.
Singer.
Yeah.
Passion.
If you could find your music in one word, what that would be?
If I could find it, or
Define it. Define
oh,
your.
define it. Sorry. Rock.
Amazing. And the last one now, coaching or coach, one word.
Coach. Service.
Amazing. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your lovely wife for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, define Ali in one positive word and one negative word only. What should say?
Positive is relentless, and negative needs to shave.
It's going to happen soon or not?
She's always looking at me going, this is too long, take it down, and that's when I like to grow it more. Yeah.
Let's play now Ali and the magic box, and you can ask me a question, but before you ask me the question, since we start your journey, you've been in Thailand already, you've been in Costa Rica, you're in Costa Rica right now. Have you learned like a foreign word that you go like, oh, that's an interesting word that I never heard before, or it stuck to your mind?
You know what? Is this the right hat? Can you read that?
Tranquilo. I know. I'm from Brazil, so it means tranquilo means relax, or relax, I would say.
Yeah. And I had this hat before I came here, and I was just like, oh, and then as soon as I got here, it made total sense. Just
it fits very well the place you are right now.
Yeah. Even the aloe vera plant as well. Yeah.
You can ask me a question now, Ali.
Cool. I wanted to ask you so many of those questions that you asked me. I was intrigued. We'll have to meet up for a coffee or whatever when I'm back in England.
Absolutely. I'm in London, so when you pass through, just give me a shout, and we can go for a coffee for sure.
That'd be awesome. My question for you, I was thinking about it, like, what would I want to know from you? And you're doing such great work, and you're doing your thing, and, making it happen. I was intrigued. How would you like to be remembered?
Wow, great question. And I have this question in the magic box, actually, but nobody asked me this question. Amazing. Right. Okay, you put me in the spot now. I like to be in the spot. Right. I would like to be remembered a person who express the true self, knowing that oh my God, I started to get goosebumps.
Me too.
A person that made a lot of mistakes, a person who wants to live a life like everyone else, a person who wanted to express, himself the best way he could, making mistakes, doing some good things. And, I think that's how I'd like to be remembered. Just a person who was living a life, wanted to live the best that I could, knowing that they're not perfection, there are all of mistakes, all of things that you live, but just live something that people go like, oh, you know what, I remember William because of little thing or something that maybe I shared with them, something that I shared. I think that I'd like to be remembered.
And I was just thinking quickly, if you don't mind, I summarized what you said then in one word. I just wanted to know how you would summarize everything you said in one word.
Perfect. Wow, one word.
A double question.
No, I love it. Spot again. One word. You know what? Approachable.
Oh, nice. My word for you was authentic.
Oh, good one.
So approachable and authentic. That's a good combination. Yeah.
Yes, I think when you are approachable, it opens a lot of doors. You know what I mean? When people come to you, when you see people as the same way you see and everybody else, I think that's it's a way that connects with people as well. Awesome. Did you enjoy the interview?
Oh, the best. Yeah, beautiful. I could talk to you all day. This has been lovely.
Thanks so much, Charlie. Thanks for taking the time. I know you are a busy man. You are, doing a lot right now. And I strongly believe when people take their time for ourselves, it's a gift, because I know how busy we are, right now in those words. So thanks so much. And before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Okay, so I've got two quotes that I live by that really help me go from the bottom of the bottom to the high vibes. And I use them all the time and I teach them all the time. So I'll quickly say them because I don't want to take your time too.
No, no,
Um,
please.
there's two, and they're really powerful and they're really, really simple. The first one is they say it's by an old Chinese proverb by Lao Tzu, but I don't believe it is Lao Tzu. I think it's just been lost over time. And it's, if you are depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. And if you are present, you're at peace. And that quote alone helps you, if you are depressed, to, if you catch yourself in the cycles of memory, you can go, oh, I'm thinking about the past, come back to the present. And if you're an anxious person, an overthinker, or you catastrophize about life, if you watch yourself trying to plan the future, stop and pause and go, oh, I'm thinking about the future. That causes anxiety. That's where anxiety is born. So come back to the present. So that quote is so powerful because it's actually a gift to help you come back from the past and come back from the future to now, where life only ever is. So that's the first one. We'll put that over there. And then the second one is a little bit more brutal, a little bit more direct, but I use it all the time and it really, really helps. And what it does is it helps me to remove emotion from any situation. And when you remove the emotion, you're left with the fact and just what it is. So it was what it was, it is what it is, it will be what it'll be. And no matter what is going on in your life, is as horrible as it is, as difficult it is, or as amazing as it is what it is. And it will be what it'll be. And it was what it was. And if you can practice taking what you think about it, what you feel about it, your commentary, separate, it was what it was. It's almost quite robotic, but it helps you return back to peace a lot quicker and process anything good or bad that you're going through. So those two quotes are just gold, because they help you.
Amazing. And it's interesting saying that about living the past and the future. Our tendency, it's a lot for us to put ourselves in those moments. And there's a phrase for me always when I'm in both moments, what brings me to the present is, whatever meant to be for you, it will come somehow. It will find a way, So that phrase for me, it helps me to go, okay, William, you are too fast, or you are into in the past. I go like, okay, whatever is for you, it will come somehow. So just relax and live the moment. So that's for me, it helps as well.
You've got some good self-talk going on there. You should bottle that up and give it to people. Oh, you are doing it. You are.
Thank you so much, Ali. Thanks so much. Good luck on your journey. I hope you go for a lot of, warm places. Go to Brazil if you can. Pass to Brazil, other places. And I see you in London sometimes, okay?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
We got your wife and take care. Bye-bye.
We'll do. Speak soon. Thanks, man.
Bye.
Ciao.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.